Hey guys, how are we doing? Back on another video from Taku. It's another Flexes in Anime, biggest Flexes in Anime, number 13 video, Swordsman edition. I'm excited for this. The thumbnail, by the looks of it, is going to cover some pretty cool, interesting anime characters that have got some really cool, awesome flexes. So let's get into this. I've just had a load of energy drinks and I've just had a really nice pizza. Don't know why you need to know that, but it was delicious. Let's get into this.
Throughout the greatness of this Flex series, yes, I'm calling it greatness because this means the right to flex on everyone. I've been getting a heck ton of requests along the road. Hey, Nux, you didn't talk about Law flexing. Hey, Nux, you
Ichigo.
didn't talk about Ichigo flexing. Hey, Nux, you didn't talk about
Bradley.
King Bradley flexing. Well, fan base, welcome to the biggest flexes.
Bradley
in
fights a
Anime
tank, doesn't he, if I remember?
Swordsman edition.
Swordsman edition. Hype button press.
You're not excited?
Woo!
I'll be double excited. Thank you. Anime swordsmen have a
Sword of the Stranger.
I absolutely
What a
love
fight.
them. Some of them are massive flexers.
I was showing my girlfriend that fight the other day. That's so weird.
We talked about Mihawk, a lot of Zoro moments, even though there are more that I plan on mentioning eventually. Urza, Sinbad, and like, you know, Guts from Berserk. No, this isn't necessarily going to be the 8 greatest swordsmen of all time.
Right, no.
This is going to be the biggest flexes in anime. Swordman edition.
Right,
I have picked out some massive swordman flexers. I think you'll enjoy this video because I love it. Damn it, this was so much fun to put together. Let me know future anime flex videos that you would like following a certain theme, and let me know.
What about the like goal? What's the like goal?
My last video, I told you if you hit 80,000
there we
likes,
go.
the next one will be out within a week. And if you look at your watch, it's more than a week.
I don't have a watch.
That's
no!
Right. I'm going to take my time leisurely, scratching my ass for an extra several days before working on this video, because yes, that is what Lord Noxanor does for fun. So, 80,000 likes and
there we go.
in Anime 14 will be out within a week. Smash like, subscribe to see when it comes
Link
out.
in the description, go to the original video, leave a like there, let's get that like goal.
Commit to a certain time frame, because I'm very awesome. So with that said and done, first flex, and I think we have to start with the king. King Fjord Bradley, the homunculus known as Wrath from the anime.
So freaking cool.
One of the greatest anime series of all time.
Yes.
Now, for the majority of the series, this man made believe he was just your humble old swordsman. In fact, he didn't even make believe he was much of a swordsman. He was just a dude who walked around with his sword, because why the F9? In the first episode of Furume
he absolutely annihilates him.
Isaac McDougal, the ice guy, and completely annihilates him in a second, and then says, wow, I was just lucky that I bumped into him when he was injured. It's thanks to you guys' hard work now he can my butt thanks to their hard work. Bradley annihilated his face. Didn't take any credit for it because he's a bit of a mad lad. But even early on, quite the flexer he was. When Ed took his little exam to become a state alchemist, and he made like a spear, and he wanted to flex on Bradley by being like, ha, you're just gonna let me here in front of the king? Well, I could easily kill you right here and now. He runs up to Bradley, puts the spear next to his face, and Bradley's like, wow, Full Metal, incredible work. And then you didn't even notice that Bradley drew his sword, but somehow he managed to draw his sword, cut the spear tip off Ed's spear, resheathed his sword. You didn't see any of it because it was too fast.
Wow.
And he said, keep up the good work, Full Metal. Heck yeah, massive flex right off the bat. And I always like counter flexes because Ed tried to flex on the Fuhrer, but
the Fuhrer flexed on him.
Counter flexes back on Ed, increases the power of his personal flex dramatically. That's the rules of flexing.
Yeah.
Make like a whole card.
We're learning them as we go along, I guess.
I think that would be a brilliant idea and definitely a positive source and outlet for me to spend my resources. That's right, Flex Nation, which is by the way a sick name for a card game. We will flex on Zawada. Okay, fine. Enough of this whole thing. The major flex I wanted to talk about in regards to Fury Bradley was the absolute hype that surrounded his entrance in the final.
So freaking cool.
They thought he was dead. They tried to assassinate him.
He chases a freaking tank.
There was no hope of Bradley actually surviving that. He's just your random old dude with a mustache. Little did they know, actors with mustaches never go down easily.
That's true.
Of course, we've learned from Alex Louis Armstrong, even within the world.
Ow, I flexed too hard.
Characters like Lord Escanor and his sensei, Lord Twigo, Senpai Samakun. May he shine his glory upon us all. But when Bradley, the guy who, by the way, did not die in that little accident, actually enters the battlefield, you know, Shiest is getting real. The Mad Lad does not stop fighting for battle after battle on end. And you know he means business when he starts things off right. Yeah, he doesn't try to sneak up on anybody. He doesn't try
just
to
runs
take
straight
down
at them.
good guys all stealthily. Heck nah, he's an old
taking
dude
down a
with sword,
tank.
and he starts off by charging a tank head on.
So
The
freaking
madman
cool.
makes his presence known, taking down a tank
And
with a
then the
sword.
bomb.
If that's not a sword flex, honestly, I don't know what
Yeah,
you're
it's incredible.
He takes down the tank, a ton of soldiers, keeps
Just keep
moving
chasing
forward,
it.
heads to the roof, fights like the weirdest allied forces of all time.
Yeah.
A Chinese prince who's inhabited by a good homunculus, a ninja warrior, and this bear of a soldier with like a crocodile.
You know, right? It is when you actually word it like that. That is a weird collection of people.
Bomb him, he slashes the head off all the sticks of dynamite. And what's even more than all that, despite all the chaos he leaves and tragedy that remains in his wake, this man does not lose composure for an instant.
Nope.
And when I say doesn't lose composure, I mean even the aftermath of the battle, where he gets blown off the side of a massive building, then proceeds to need to fight Scar. The mad lad does not flinch for a moment. His composure
Not
alone,
one moment.
aside from
He just
all the
keeps
massive
going,
beats,
man.
one
He's so
old guy
freaking
with a
epic.
sword,
Ah!
a massive
Ah!
flex. And I'm so happy I started off the Swordsman
Hell,
Flex video
yes.
with the extremely
Oh,
flexible
my God.
Pure King
Bradley.
Bradley. Next flex. Trafalgar D.
I don't have a clue.
Law from One Piece. There are a lot of great swordmen in One Piece.
Yeah.
Law happens to be one of my favorites. And now, let me talk about the grandiose flexes that he gets a lot of credit.
Okay.
Before talking about my absolute favorite of his flexes, I do want to say him popping into Marineford, saving Luffy's butt and just leaving is kind of a huge flex.
That's cool.
This was the world stage where the next generation is making a name for themselves. This is where Blackbeard comes to life and where Kaido is afraid to go. But in Pop's Law, as an absolute mad lad.
Mad lad.
Alright, very cool Law. Next we see of Law, he's completely taking down a Marine ship,
Whoa.
including a Marine Vice Admiral. Okay, still very cool. He completely fools Caesar Clown to make believe he's working with them when in actuality his main objective is to kill Caesar's boss.
Oh.
And how does he do so? Well, he goes to the Straw Hats. He's like, well, you guys want to take down a Yonko? Oh, sick. The best way to do that is to take down Doflamingo. Nicely done there, Trafalgar D. Waterlaw. Extremely cool.
Extremely
And
cool.
when I'm talking about Law's flexes, and I'm certain this is the one that you're thinking of, a lot of people in the comments have been requesting a certain Law scene.
Okay.
When Law was fighting against Virgo. Virgo is quite the beast, extremely strong, and Law fights it. And when Law actually uses his final sword slash, he doesn't just slice Virgo in half.
No?
No. He slices off the entire top half.
Whoa!
The entire massive Smile Factory headquarters, the mountains
Oh my
surrounding. The guy
God.
lopped off the top half an island with a sword strike. Did he need to?
That's sick. No,
Was
of course
it
he doesn't.
hella more cool and a huge flex? Yes. Now, I love
Wow.
this move. I love Law. Every time he's on screen, it
That's
just
so
makes me
freaking
goddamn
cool.
happy. Even in the
Ha-ha,
Wano
everything's gone.
manga spoilers for about
Oh, I
minute.
don't mind.
Hawkins captured like most of his crew, and he has this weird voodoo doll thing that if you were to hurt Hawkins, it would instead hurt the crew members. And he said, "I will trade the crew members for yourself." And Law's like, "Okay, sure thing. Let them go. I'll let you capture me, and you can torture any information you want out of me." And they're like, "We finally caught Law." They catch Law, and next panel, they're all completely annihilated.
Oh.
Law takes them all down off screen, and we have no idea how. The guy traded himself for other captives to not only free the other captives, but take them all down and reverse torturify
That's
them
class.
to get the info we need. This is a man you do not want to mess with. And again,
Wow.
I can talk about Law forever. Psychologically and philosophically speaking, he's probably one of my favorite characters in One Piece as well. In fact, I think he's my second favorite character in the series, and there's like hundreds of characters. Like, not even exaggerating here. But in my opinion, Law's biggest flex was nothing I've mentioned, even though I've mentioned a lot of really awesome stuff. There's this system called the Shishibukai system.
Okay.
The 7 warlords of the sea. 7 pirates that are extremely dangerous that the government gives special protection to in order for them to work with the government. On the one hand, the government doesn't want to deal with these really dangerous, nasty pirates that hate them. On the other hand, they get special assistance. Downside, they're humanizing these monsters. Now, they're not going to take any random bozo to become a warlord unless they have prestige, might, and power.
Right, they have to
Chairman
witness
Buggy.
it.
And Law decides, well, he wants a lot of world government info. He wants to track down a few people. He wants
Oh,
to
what? So he just
few
takes one of these
people
guys down and
therefore
becomes
he
one?
wanted to become a warlord.
Whoa.
So, in order
Oh,
to
whoa.
make a name for himself, he nonchalantly, alone, walks into a marine base where he, by the way, has a massive bounty on his head and says, I want to become a warlord, and I've brought you the beating hearts of 100 pirates. Yes, no pirates. I am flexing on you so hard, you have no choice but to accept me into the ranks of the warlords, and the flex works. The Marines got so flexed on, they just welcomed him right into the warlords in order for him to rebel against them just a little bit later.
Wow.
The flex was huge. He flexed on the warlord system, on the Marines, on the pirates he fought.
That's incredible.
And his flex got him further. Law is an absolute mad lad.
Yes, wow.
Ichigo from Katanagatari, an anime that not enough people have seen, even though it's absolutely amazing. No, it has nothing to do with the Monogatari franchise, except it's written by the same author and it's fantabulous.
Oh.
Every episode is like 50 minutes long, and I can't get across how much I like it. It's
the animation's different. I like that.
Something. Give it a watch, fam. It's actually great. Dialogue's amazing, but I get ahead of myself. The story follows Shichika as the protagonist and Togame as the other protagonist. In this world, there are several extremely goddamn overpowered broken swords that, like, kill everybody because they're so strong. Now, Togame wants to gather all the swords and enlists the help of Shichika to do it. In this world of epic swordsmen and swords battles, Shichika is the only one she could trust. Why, you ask? That is because anyone who has possession of one of these swords is only going to want to use it for their own ideals and not actually give it to Togame. Togame needs someone that has no desire for these weapons once they enter their hand. And the reason why Shichika, the strongest swordsman in all the land, doesn't want it is because the swordsman Shichika does not use a sword. His body is his sword. It almost sounds like a meme. That's how amazing it is. And no, it's not a meme, but it's even more amazing. He's trained in a sword style where he does not use a sword. He is the perfect person to traverse the land and try and gather these weapons for someone else because he has no need for it. In fact, he's far stronger without these legendary weapons. Now, he gets into a heck of a lot of fights over the story. He fights against the different keepers of the different swords, each one more dangerous, more powerful, and more psychologically interesting than the last. Not all are bad. Some are genuinely good people that offer their lives to protect these weapons, and you get into a lot of really interesting philosophical episodes. But the point is the following. We don't care about super deep psychological and philosophical episodes. We don't care about the adventure of a lifetime, even though it's an anime that literally no one watches for no reason. We don't care about the fact that Togame is one of the best women in all of anime. We care about Shichika's epic sword flexes and the fact that he doesn't use the sword to flex. There are even these ninja guys that are also searching for the sword. Weird. And Shichika bumps into a lot of them along the way and annihilates their faces. His first attack, more often than not, just shatters the weapon of his enemy because he's like, well, my weapon can't be shattered. My body is literally ready. This man embodies the my body is ready meme. And of course, anyone that fights him along the way is like, Nani, why is he coming against me even though I have a sword
you approach
and like a little army? And he's coming barehanded with like this weird tunic thing. And with the most like happy and plain, joyful expression on his face, he says, I'm here for a good duel. Let's do this. And the guy's like, and then they proceed to get completely annihilated by Shichika's epic sword style. Not involve a sword. Yes, this is a sword flex, and it's a good one. Watch Katanagatari. Next flex. This one is from Konosuba. It's the legend himself, Kazuma. Kazuma is not a particularly strong fighter in the world of Konosuba.
Oh, is this where he steals the hero's weapon from him?
Aqua, who's this goddess woman,
ended up stuck I think that's where we're going. So we're going sword flex?
More often than not. So when the strongest swordsman in the world, and you know I'm serious because this is the world, not the world, sees that Aqua has been completely derated by these armies of monsters that they used her as bait to fight, he gets furious. How dare you do this to the wonderful and benevolent goddess? So, the strongest warrior in all the land attacks Kazuma and says to Kazuma, I challenge you to a glorious duel. To which Kazuma doesn't even give him a second to breathe. He immediately replies, okay, draws a sword, runs at the most powerful swordsman in the world. Every guy's like, well, I wasn't ready. He
knocks him out with it.
Steel spell thing on the steel sword guy's sword, which is too heavy for him to use because he's not a high enough benevolent. He just like makes it appear above his head, plunks it on the guy's head on the flat side. The guy is completely knocked out. Didn't even get a chance. Kazuma, the absolute mad lad, completely overpowering the most powerful fighter in the world with skill alone. I love that. I love how in Konosuba the fights don't always wind up to a massive dick measuring contest of whoever could pull out a bigger sword. In this case, it's quite the opposite, in fact. And of course, after Kazuma does this, he keeps the massive sword of Ultimate Night Dude, to which Night Guy has has to beg and grovel.
He's
for
like,
him
please,
to
I want my weapon
Marley
back.
to flex on him, showing his supremacy, and continues to use Aqua as bait in the future and not listen to Swordsman Guy, and Swordsman Guy can't
So
do anything
good.
about it because, well, Kazuma's just a more valiant warrior. Huge
Of course,
flex
yeah,
on
that's what it
Kazuma's
is.
part. Big fat W goes to the troll. Next flex. And this one is from Jin from World Trigger. And you know World Trigger's
Okay.
serious because it's called World Trigger, not Zawado Triggered. Because if it would be, then you couldn't.
It's weird, after you mentioned this anime in one of the other
Jin is
videos, when I was in Blackpool, I was in Waterstones, and it was, they had a lot of this, the manga for this.
Definitely one of them. In World Trigger, instead of like mana or chakra or whatever the hell bargain basement magic system you want to come up with, there is Treon. Treon is something that flows within everyone. Treon is what they use to make projections of themselves to fight. Treon is a really cool power system, and I actually have it in my top 10 power systems of all time in that video. Very cool, Lord Noxanor. Very cool. Now, certain people that have extremely high
Yeah, I think that's where I've seen it.
Treon develops something called a side effector, which in English is a side effect, but it sounds way cooler in Japanese. Side effect manifests differently in every single person who has one of these side effectors. And in Jin's case, it allows him to see glimpses of the future.
Oh
Yes,
my
possibly
god,
broken,
side
but hey,
effector!
it definitely doesn't detract from
So
Jin's
good.
massive flex. Now, he flexes a lot. There's this massive war, and he doesn't tell anyone what's gonna end up happening, and he acts so smug and cocky about it, making them try to say, wait a second, if Jin knew this is what would happen if I do this, then I'm gonna end up doing that. And Jin smugly manipulates everything behind the scenes in order for people to do different things, and it's beautiful. But my favorite Jin flex in World Trigger is when the higher-ups in Border, the organization that's keeping out interdimensional enemies, also known as neighbors, decide the weapon in Jin's hands is too strong for him because, honestly, politically, Jin just does his own thing and he doesn't listen to the higher-ups of Border. So we're gonna need to confiscate his weapon. He's done some things that we don't particularly agree with. We're gonna take him out of the picture. So they gather together a massive squad of some extremely powerful dudes, some of the really strongest members in Border, in order to go hunt down Jin, politely ask him to give up his black trigger weapon, and if he refuses, to fight him and take it from him. Now here's where the flex comes in. Jin knew this would happen, so he elicited the help of a few friends. So that was a nice surprise for the party attacking him. But even then, at the end of this entire massive fight, he single-handedly takes down some of the really tip-top member guys, luring them into a close enough area for him to release his black trigger's ability and take them down. He's an absolute mad lad. He smiles constantly while doing it. He has a ton of really smug lines throughout. It's beautiful. He manages to take all of them down. The higher-ups in Border are like, oh my god, this failed. Now Jin is gonna rebel against us, and he's like, way too powerful. We can't have this mad lad rebelling against us. No! And while they're having a meeting saying this is actually terrible, Jin walks in, and Jin says, hi, I just wanted to give you guys my black trigger. The mad lad was gonna do it anyway. But if he did it without flexing on them first, they wouldn't listen
that's
to his
amazing.
demands. Now that he's doing it through the massive flex of taking out all their guys and then just happily giving it to him, that's a huge flex, and it was beautiful.
That is
when the flex actually has a purpose apart from just flexing, it just makes it so much stronger.
Yeah,
Damn it, I love this. He gained a political edge on these guys that were against him by taking out their entire squad.
And then giving them the weapon.
That's
class.
I love World Trigger. Next flex from Archer from Fate's Day Night Unlimited Blade Works. So, a lot of people very often ask me my opinion on Fate. Fate is an extremely popular anime franchise, and while I think that Fate Zero is in my 5 favorite anime about time, Fate's Day Night ain't. It doesn't even make it to like my top 100. Okay, maybe that was an exaggeration, but definitely doesn't make it to the top 50. Fate's Day Night Unlimited Blade Works, though, does do one thing great, and that is Archer. Archer is one of my favorite anime characters of all time. And
he's an archer that uses a sword. He uses little swords.
I promised you that I'd make a top 100 anime character list, and damn it, Archer's definitely gonna be on there. Now, in the beginning of Fate's Day Night Unlimited Blade Works, Archer flexes on Shiro a lot. He very much vehemently opposes and detests Shiro's ideals for very well-explained reasons. And because of that, even though his master told him to protect Shiro and not to hurt Shiro and everything, he does it in the most flex-accentuated methods possible. Oh, no problem, Shiro. I'll save your life. Oops, didn't mean to kick you in the balls that one time. That's essentially half the times that Archer saves him throughout. Now, I really don't want to get into spoilers because, in my personal opinion, Archer is the only reason to watch Fate's Day Night Unlimited Blade Works.
It's class.
And he is such a good character and plot point that I would recommend the entire entire Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works anime on his clout alone. He ends up throwing down a little bit with Shiro in the middle there, and his little cameo, shall we call it, at the end of Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works was a massive flex on the King of Kings himself, Kirugameshi, as well as everyone else who believed his ideals were very tarnished. So, in all, I had this whole character analysis planned of Archer, and I never got ahead to doing it because it just never happened somehow. But in a nutshell, it explains his psychology so much more if everything he was doing in the Unlimited Blade Works alternate reality when he was fighting Shiro was kind of to push Shiro to a point that Shiro can actually become a man. And he succeeded in doing so. He flexed on Shiro so hard that when he fought against Shiro, I believe very much he was trying to wake the F up out of this pussy bitch protagonist that he used to be. Again, it's very hard to dance around this without spoiling.
Yeah,
I do think him making believe he was dead in order to flex on Gilgamesh at the end there to be extremely satisfying. Gilgamesh's last word being, Archer, still makes me giggle inside at the beauty. And also, let's not forget that this guy is a archer, yet pretty much only uses swords. And for the most part uses those swords close up. Even when he pulls out his bow, it's only to use the sword as an arrow to shoot the sword. The guy is the most epic swordsman of an archer I've ever seen in my entire life. Flexing on the word archer itself. Extremely cool. Archer, extremely cool. Flex. Ichigo Kurosaki from Blech. So now, can't believe it's taken this long to talk about Ichigo versus Aizen.
Yes.
I think it's one of the biggest flex battles of all time. It's almost a JoJo's battle with levels of flexing going on over here.
So
on the
good.
one hand, you have someone like Aizen, who so pompously states, "Oh yes, I've pitted every opponent in your life against you in order for you to become the strongest.
I wanted you to be here so I could test myself.
But you're not even a challenge to me. Thanks for the extreme flexing, Aizen, but the spotlight's gonna be on Ichigo right now."
Yes,
Before
you
the
had your
fight even
chance.
starts,
You had
Ichigo
your
walks
chance.
up to Aizen, who is, by the way, like super awesome mode, and says, "Hey, super awesome mode Aizen, I don't want to fight with you here. I'll fight with you outside of the city so we don't actually damage it." And Aizen's like, "Foolish boy! Those are words that can only be spoken by someone who expects to actually put up a fight against me." And in an instant, Ichigo
just grabs him and just
Aizen's
takes him.
face. You know things are getting real when you grab your
Oh my
opponent's
god,
face.
it's so epic.
Smashes him into the ground, jumps in a single leap out of the city, breaks
And he's
the
like, right,
sound
okay, there you
barrier
go.
a couple of times, which is physically impossible. It's still pretty badass, and smashes him into the ground. Aizen proceeds to then like touch his face a little bit to be
He's
like,
like, wait,
"Nani
what?
the F just happened over here?" And Ichigo says, "Okay, let's begin." Now, as much as I have respect for the rest of the actual Ichigo versus Aizen fight, I think that when they cross swords and a mountain pass beside them gets completely annihilated due to the shockwaves of strain, and Aizen says, "Ha! You think you'd stand a chance? Look what happened to those mountains. That's what would happen to you."
He's
and
like,
then a
"Nah,
moment later, when
well, I
Ichigo
did."
catches Aizen's sword, he says, "Aizen, fam, this ain't it, chief. Those mountains were not destroyed by your sword
was
string.
me.
They were destroyed by mine." Now, he waited until the perfect moment to tell Aizen this fact. He could have told Aizen when Aizen was like, "Oh, yeah,
he could have. Yeah, he's like, "Nah."
Ichigo could have immediately said, "Nuh-uh," and it would have been like one of those
Nuh-uh,
nuh-uh debates, which is one of my favorite political arguments because most politicians seem to get into them. But no! He waited until he caught his sword, completely humiliating him, and then said, "Oh, that
By the way,
that you thought you had, nah, fam, it was me too! I have everything!" That flex was dope. I personally think the flex before the actual fight was even stronger. No one calls this out. Everyone always hypes the actual fight itself and the different flexes in the fight. Nah, fam. The biggest flex in the fight is when, before the fight starts, Ichigo is looking down. He's disrespecting Aizen, this guy who self-proclaimed godified himself, and says, "Alright, fam, I'll take out the trash, but taking out the trash makes a mess. So I don't want to make a mess in the city. Might as well make a mess in the wilderness." And with the ultimate disrespect, he just grabs
Aizen's
the
face,
unstoppable
but
god, grabs his face,
wait.
smushes it into the floor, jumps, and then smashes it into the floor again, and then tells him, "Okay, trash, now we can begin." I think that this is the single biggest Ichigo flex in the series. I think disrespecting this guy Aizen so hard was
so
beautiful,
cool.
and I think it's bigger than any individual flex in the actual fight itself. Which is why it made it here. The biggest flex is in anime 13.
Swordsman Edition.
The biggest flex is in anime 14 will be out within a week if it hits 80,000. Subscribe, but we're not done yet. There's one flex that involves a certain swordsman that I've been avoiding. That is correct. My favorite anime swordsman. And no, it's not Guts. I've already talked about Guts. This is my favorite anime character of all time over here. And it's from the man, the myth, the legend himself. Gintoki Sakata.
I've never watched this show. It does seem like I'd love it though.
Gintama is a parody series that is completely hilarious, but has many, many deep goddamn parts. Gin is still a freaking awesome flex. This man, in an age where samurai are forbidden to wield swords, he goes around carrying a wooden stick. Yes, it's not a sword, it's a stick. But he is a swordman, and he will break people's swords with this stick. He will shatter their blades as well as their wills and their butts. He's broken many butts with this stick. This mad lad goes up against actual swordsmen with this stick alone. This guy, this individual, is wanted by the police, by the government, by space pirates, by terrorists, by rebellious douches.
And he goes around with a wooden
every major
stick.
force in the world wants a piece of Gin, whether they want him on their side or they want him dead. And Gin flexes on all of them, proceeding to go about his everyday, daily life in the most nonchalant way possible, no matter the massive world powers and tyrants that want him dead or worse. You know someone's a true mad lad if they flick a booger at a space tyrant, right? Most people don't have the ball, but Gin has the flex. He'll get worked up over the stupidest things in the world, like if the store is all out of the newest issue of Shonen Jump, Gin will freak the F out. But oh, is that a massive space armada coming to decimate the entire planet? Alright, time to get my stack! Gin is an absolute mad lad. I love every fiber of his being, down to his wavy ass hair, which I have to say may or may not be a slight inspiration to the hairstyle of my avatar, which wasn't at all copied from Gin. In fact, I would say Gintoki probably copied my avatar's hair. Very cool, Gin, very cool. He's my favorite character of all time.
Wow, look at the similarities.
And he flexes so hard that in episode 8 of Gintama, yes, I know the episode because I just restarted the whole thing with a friend of mine. I'm going through it. I am loving every single goddamn episode. It is my favorite anime for a reason. It is literally me incarnate. It's the greatest thing ever. And in episode 8, we start talking about other characters, and we only get to Gin at the halfway point of the episode because, like, you know, Gintama has a cast of really amazing characters. And for some reason, he mentions, damn it, they didn't even play the opening in this episode because they're the main character. That's right. All right. So now that we're at the main character, which is how we should have started, to be honest, play the opening now. And then the opening theme starts. He flexes on the fourth wall. He flexes on the
That's
meta.
Amazing. Where's my opening theme song?
He's the ultimate flexer. Flexing on space-time itself. I can literally talk about every single episode of Gintama, pointing out exactly what I love about it and why Gin is a sick flexer. But once I'm talking about episode 8, I will take this one scene into account. No, it is not the time where he convinced an entire crowd that wetting your bed is philosophical mastery that we can only hope to attain. I think you've mentioned that before. Waking up in warmth instead of needing to wake up, get out of your warm bed and go to the bathroom in order to come back, that's brutal stuff right there. Just piss in bed. The warmth envelops you. You don't need to get up. It is bliss. And he moves the hearts of the people. That is a huge flex. In episode 8, Kondo Isao, leader of the Shinsenju, challenges him to a duel to the death for the sake of a woman. Now, of course, being that Gin is an absolute hero, he accepts the duel like a hero should. And after making Kondo stand there on the beachfront where they accepted to duel for a few hours, he decides to show up, flexing on him, making him wait for a few hours for absolutely no reason, just because he knows that he would. Then when Gin enters the duel, Gin says, I understand that this is a duel to the death, but there is no way I will fight you to the death. I am a hero. I am not someone that will kill. And Kondo's like, damn, I even brought an extra sword for you to use. But if you won't, then I very much respect you. And Kondo drops his own sword and then proceeds to tell Gin, for a man with silver wavy hair, you speak very well. And Gin says, and you speak decently for a gorilla too. Which obviously insults Kondo, but Kondo will not lose his composure. Gin says, however, now that I see you are truly a man of culture, you're dropping your weapon, you're willing to take me on. Here, take my wooden sword. It is my favorite sword. And they're both starting to appreciate one another as two honorable samurai that only fight for justice and would never ever do anything backhanded or cruel. When he gives Kondo his wooden sword, Kondo says, wow, this duel, whatever the outcome, it will be beautiful and remembered forever. And then Gin takes out a second wooden sword, which immediately implies that Gin knew this whole thing would occur. He predicted everything perfectly. He knew that they would have an honorable discussion. He knew that Kondo would drop his sword. He knew that he would give Kondo his wooden sword, and he knew that that would move Kondo. Kondo is now fully enraptured in the duel, and then, as his sword swing begins, the top half of the sword snaps off because Gin spent the day that he came late whittling down his sword.
Oh my god.
So it would snap before anything. And then, after Gin gave him the sabotaged weapon and he was immediately defeated before he even began, Gin proceeded to annihilate
Oh my god, that's incredible.
Crap out of him with a stick.
That's so cool.
So hard. He flexed on his morals, on his dignity, on making him wait there for an hour, called him a gorilla, and still somehow Kondo trusted him to be a moral and noble swordsman. He flexed on him so hard and with such beauty. Kondo accepted Gin's weapon, which was a completely sabotaged sword, and he didn't even expect it for a minute. And Gin proceeded to flex flex on him even harder by completely annihilating him,
That
humiliating
is
him. And then in the
amazing.
episode right after that, there are posters put up all over the town trying to take down Gin because Gin beat up Kondo, a very reputable dude, which in turn just further muddied up Kondo's reputation because, like, now there are posters everywhere saying that Kondo was beaten up. Even the wanted posters were a flex on Gin's part.
That's
Do you realize
incredible.
that I only selected this flex of his to use because I just saw that episode a few days ago? Do you realize that there are over 350 goddamn beautiful episodes of Gintama that no one freaking watches? Be a man, watch Gintama.
I might
no
do.
wonder why Gintoki
I
is
like
my
to be
favorite anime
manly.
character of all
I
time.
like to
Not
be man.
only is he the sarcastic asshole, not only does he have his serious moments, but he's also a huge flexer. Wow, it's like he's Noxtaku personified. Gintoki Sakata, the White Devil, is the greatest anime character of all time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this video. Smash like 80k, and Biggest Flexes in Anime 13 will be out within a week. Let me know what type of flexes you're interested in. Perhaps wind flexes. I don't
Wind
know.
flexes.
Literally your call. Subscribe if you're interested in seeing future content. Have yourselves a most wunderbar evening. Links in the description to my Twitch, Twitter, subreddit, merch, and Patreon. Check that shiz out. Also link to my Rant Cafe podcast where we upload weekly. And most importantly, remember to stay weird, fam.
That was very cool. The Bradley flex at the start was just like, ah! The Ichigo flex, yes. And that Gintama was just like, so funny. I love these flex videos, they're so good. And I am going to get around to watching his 800k special, and I am going to get around to watching his 900k special. Just so many videos go up, and I'm like, what do I do? And then, yeah. So, you may have noticed I've dropped a one video a day as well, most days. That's because there's reasons, I won't go into it. Things were getting rather, but it's all good. So, yes, less stress. Thank you guys very much for watching. What did you guys think of that? What did you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments down below. Let me know what you watch this guys' videos. And they were words, I swear. I wonder what the subtitles were like on that. And I'll see you guys. It's all you guys. Nice them.